Hi everyone, Jeri Bellini here. Welcome to the 10-minute technique. Today's video I'll be showing you how I whip stitch my dot squares together. They are not created the way you would create traditional sewing, meaning they don't have a raw edge. They have a finished edge. So I fold these two edges over and I baste them down, and then I fold these two edges over and baste them down. And it's just like paper piecing without the paper. So when I go to stitch these two together, I do right sides together, but I also take it one step further, and this edge is folded over and this edge is folded over. So I line them up, and then I use 2 strands of embroidery floss, and I really like to use the black because I like the way it looks when you open it up, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I go underneath the seam allowance. I have a knot in the end of my thread. I come out in the corner, and then what I do, I peel that back and I go into this corner, and I use a sharp, thin needle. And you can use a short needle or a long needle, whichever you prefer using. So see what I did? I like the longer ones. So now I'm coming out there. Then I go back into the corner again and come back out. So I go back into the corner of the first patch and I go back out the corner of the second patch. And I always try to throw my thread to the left. I'm right-handed. Okay, and that's my first whip stitch, kind of locks it down. And then I'm just going to keep doing the whip stitch all the way across, and I take a little bite out of the fold on both patches. And that's it. And most of you probably know what the whip stitch is, but I just thought it would be a nice addition to our 10-minute technique playlist, because you can just go in there and you can just find exactly what you need and get on with it. So I'm going to go all the way across like this, just taking a little bite, and I do try to keep my stitches evenly spaced. And this creates a little railroad, is what I like to call it, look on the other side. Now, if you're going across a long piece, I would pin it. And it doesn't hurt to put a little pin right there anyway, because occasionally if your squares are off just a little bit, you want them to meet right at the corners. All right, so now you're going to get a look like this. You see how you can see the stitches? Now, if you don't want to see the stitches and you still want to do the whip stitch, you can use matching thread. I like to see the stitches. Let's go all the way across. You'll notice I do pull my thread over, because if I don't, I'll show you in this one, because now I'm back here, what happens is I get caught on the corner. So it's just easier for me to throw it over and then take the stitch. I like to stop about midway and make sure that my edge hasn't moved, my end piece hasn't moved. Now you'll notice I had to pull on that a little bit more because when you get to the corner, you're going through 4 layers of cloth. So now I'm just going to take my pin out. And when I get in the corner, I go right in the corner of each square, right in the corner. And now this would be my last stitch. I'm going to go right back in there and come right back out on the other side. And I go through there to create like a little overhand knot. And then what I like to do is I turn it around. You can do that once or twice if you like. You can do it again. And then I like to go back and catch underneath those last few stitches, just like that. And then I trim it off. Neat and tidy. I hope you find this to be helpful. And let's look at the inside. I love it. And for now, keep moving, just play, no rules, and remember to find something to be grateful for today. I am always grateful for you. Bye for now.